All right, so let's get into what is quickly becoming a very, very popular segment, insight from a former narcissist. Question number one: why does a covert narcissist ignore and avoid you, yet when confronted, refuse to break up? Once again, that question is: why does a covert narcissist ignore and avoid you, yet when confronted, refuses to break up? I think in this instance, it's a matter of control, right? And manipulation as well. The combination of control and manipulation. For a narcissist, in a lot of cases, especially when you have a visceral response or you blow up on them, it's fun. Like, that's a game to them, and it's like, okay, this is another avenue of control that I have over this person, because when they threaten to break up with me, or they say leave, for example, or why are you still with me, that means they still love the narcissist in some way, shape, or form. And what happens is the narcissist will hold on to that, and they'll use that against you at some point in time. So an example of that would be, let's say, for example, you said, okay, well, you keep cheating, and if you keep cheating, you can just leave me alone. There's no use of being in a relationship with me if you don't want to be faithful. In the narcissist's mind, they're looking at that as an opportunity to say, oh, well, you keep telling me to leave you, or you keep saying leave, so what I do is I go out and I seek other women, or try to mess with other men, whatever the case may be. And for us, because we look for reasons to kind of compensate for trauma and compensate for the trauma that occurs in relationships with narcissists, we take an introspective look, and we start to think along the lines of, okay, maybe it is me, or maybe I am doing something wrong. So I think what you have on your hands is a situation in which the narcissist has learned that you don't really want to break up. You want them to improve on their behavior, but they're not going to improve on their behavior. They're just going to use that as a manipulation tactic. Question number two: why won't a narcissist leave when you ask them to? Funny, I just same response that I have for question number one. Because they understand that you don't really want them to leave. If you did, you would just leave on your own. It's another way of them controlling a situation or controlling the relationship, in that they know that you don't really want to leave them. They know you want them to just improve on their behavior, but they're not capable of it, and they're very, very self-centered. So although you may say something like, hey, leave, this is no longer working out for us, in the narcissist's mind, if you didn't leave that situation, or you didn't remove yourself from the situation, they still have some sort of control on you, over you. So if you genuinely and truly want to break up with this narcissistic individual, then I would invite you to leave on your own, right? So you leave the relationship and don't look back, because once the narcissist realize that you're leaving for good, they're going to certainly try to get you back and keep you under their wing or as one of their supplies. Question number three: why do narcissists feel the need to punish you for not doing things their way? Control. Control. Simple as that, right? If you know you're dating a narcissist or with a narcissistic individual, they are looking to control you at all costs, right? That's something that they do a lot of. And if you are not willing to be controlled, or you're someone that holds them accountable for their actions, then they try to punish you in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's manipulation, making you feel like you're the victim all the time, or looking at you to give them empathy, right? And be very, very empathetic and not be so hard and harsh on them. Trust me, if this individual is a narcissist like you say they are, they know exactly what's going on. And they're punishing you is just their way of trying to keep control of your relationship. If you are in a relationship in which you feel punished because you're not doing something someone's way, that's not a healthy relationship for you. I would invite you to leave as soon as possible, because it's not going to be a lasting relationship either, because it's so one-sided. Question number four, actually, sorry about that. Question number four: would a narcissist ever realize he got rid of a grade A supply? Once again, that question is, would a narcissist ever realize that he got rid of a grade A supply? Frankly, no. When we talk about narcissistic people, they don't look at like grade A supplies, or they don't look at like, oh man, this person was a really good supply, I'll miss them, or I should have kept them. They literally are just looking for a supply, period, right? So if someone else is willing to take the mantle of supply, right? Or for those that aren't familiar with narcissistic language, someone who a narcissist can drain their energy and suck their energy out of them and not be held accountable for their actions. They don't think in terms of grade A, B, C, D. It's just a matter of, okay, this person I can manipulate, let me use them as a supply, because now my previous supply has caught on to my tactics and caught on to the things that I do and have been doing for years. So it's not, don't look at it as your grade A supply. I will look at it as you got out of that situation and escaped that situation. So instead of looking at yourself as a supply, start looking at yourself as someone who can now look at narcissistic people and understand their traits, and you cannot waste your time with those people anymore, right? I'd be careful with that, using the language of your grade A supply, because you can just be a grade A person, right? You don't have to be a supplier to someone who's narcissistic. Just go for the grade A person. Last question I have for you guys, from the insight from the former narcissist, what type of people get under narcissist skin? Once again, that question is, what type of people get under narcissist skin? I have found that the people that get under narcissist skin the most are people who are not willing to be controlled by them, right? So people that don't do what they say, and they don't respond in a negative way. It's just, no, I'm not doing what you say. The second close, I guess I would say close second, 1A, 1B person that gets under the narcissist skin is someone who is holding them accountable for their actions at all times, right? Someone who does not let up, and every single narcissistic behavior or tendency that they engage in, you're holding them accountable for that. I've seen that work so well that narcissists no longer want to be around you or want to be a part of your circle, right? So those are the type of people that I've seen that get under narcissist skin. Overall, I would say someone who has strong boundaries would be a adversary to a narcissist, right? So that's all we have for you guys tonight. Remember, you guys are more than welcome to hit us up at tqlp20@gmail.com with any questions that you guys have for our Big Wednesday episodes. Once again, that's tqlp20@gmail.com. Or you guys are more than welcome to hit us up on our Facebook page, The Quality of Love Podcast. Remember, guys, as always, the quality of love and relationships that you have in your life will determine the quality of your life. Peace and love.